I'm Dr. Chandra Jayasuriya, consultant ENT surgeon.
I am Dr. Sanjeev Andaravira, Senior Registrar in ENT.
We are going to show you how to do a proper thyroid examination with all the important points. Here is a 26-year-old girl with a thyroid lump. Now we are going to examine her, inspect her from front to check whether there are enlarged neck veins or scars. And we are going to show that it is moving with swallowing. Take a sip of water into your mouth, don't swallow. Now you swallow your sip of water. Now you can obviously see that it is moving with swallowing. Now we are going to do the rest of the examination from the back. Now he is palpating the thyroid gland. First he is palpating the right side of the gland, and there is a uniformly enlarged right lobe of the thyroid gland. He is pressing the left thyroid cartilage to make the right thyroid more prominent while palpating the right side. Now he is palpating the left lobe of the thyroid, and he is pressing the right thyroid cartilage to make the left thyroid gland more prominent, and the left thyroid lobe is not enlarged. And now he is checking for the carotid pulse to check whether the carotid pulse is displaced, and obviously you can see he did not make any face, so the thyroid gland is not tender. And now we are going to do the lymph node palpation. So posterior triangle base, she is palpating over the clavicle, and now he is going along the anterior border of the trapezius muscle. Post-oral lymph nodes he is checking. He is going around the pinna to the anterior preauricular nodes. Now he is coming down and palpating the deep cervical chain, and he is coming to the midline suprasternal nodes. Now he is checking the pretracheal nodes. Now he is coming to the submental nodes, and then he is following the lower border of the mandible and palpating the submandibular gland and the parotid gland. We have to repeat the same on the other side of the neck also to make the neck examination more complete. At the same time, he is going to check whether the patient has proptosis by lifting the head and checking whether the eyelashes he can see equally. If there is proptosis, one eyelash will be more prominent than the other. Now we are going to check the position of the trachea and whether there is retrosternal extension of the thyroid. Now you can feel the trachea is in the center, and you take another sip of water and swallow it. Now swallow your spit. Now you can get below the lump, so there is no retrosternal extension, and now we have to check the percussion and auscultation. So percussion, although we could not feel any retrosternal extension, we are going to percuss and see whether there is any retrosternal extension behind the sternum or behind the clavicle. And the auscultation, now we have to check whether there is a bruit. Now we are going to check for the auscultation for a bruit. When we are doing this, we are going to use the bell of the stethoscope, and we have to ask the patient to hold the breath to prevent masking of the bruit sound from the breath sound. You take a breath and hold your breath. Now you can breathe again. Now we are going to inspect her eyes. We can see her eyebrows are complete. There is no loss of hair in the lateral edge of the eyebrows, and we cannot see sclera above or below the cornea. So there is no lid retraction. Now we have to mention whether patient is clinically euthyroid, hypothyroid or hyperthyroid. So that we are going to do general examination of the patient, the eye signs, and the hand tremors. In the hand, we are going to check the pulse, whether there is any tachycardia, and also we are going to check the palm to check whether it is cold and clammy palms, and we are going to check whether there is tremors. Now we can't see any obvious tremors, and we have to check the fingernails for clubbing. So there is no obvious clubbing is visible, and there is no erythema of the palms. Now we are going to see whether there is pretibial myxedema, and he's going to palpate the pretibial region and see. And this patient is euthyroid, so there is no pretibial myxedema. We have to also check her blood pressure, systolic and diastolic, to demonstrate whether there is increased pulse pressure.